I am going to show you right now, why later? Let's do it now. How Tucker Carlson turns reality into conspiracy theory. And this is a really great example. You know, I've told you before, very often right-wing talking points and or conspiracy theories start with a kernel of truth. There's a kernel of truth somewhere, even if it's sometimes sort of hard to find. And it is fundamental if you want to be an informed consumer of political and news media. Think for yourself, be able to figure things out for yourself, to understand the mechanism that I'm going to show you here. In this clip, Tucker Carlson talks about the signing ceremony that took place yesterday at the White House for the bill that codifies gay marriage into law, even though it doesn't really. All it says is states have to recognize gay marriages, but doesn't actually say states have to grant marriage licenses to gay or lesbian couples. We talked about the bill earlier in the week. I was invited to go to the White House for this event, just too short. They literally invited me the day before. I just couldn't make it on that short notice because I had to be here with all of you doing a show. Who do they think I am? But in any case, they had this event and Tucker Carlson starts talking about the event, but look at how quickly he takes the kernel of truth and expands it into an absurd conspiracy theory.
It's pretty interesting when you think about it. So this is a bill signing affirming the legality, legalizing once again gay marriage, which most people support in this country. Should people get married if they love each other? Yeah, they should. That's fine.
Okay, so that is true. It was an event to sign that bill. The bill is about affirming gay marriages, even though it doesn't guarantee them. But like the event happened, that's what the bill is for. So far, it's okay. Let's continue.
Not that controversial a point at this stage. But here's Joe Biden using that opportunity to promote gender-affirming care for kids. And of course, that means the sexual mutilation of children, cutting the breasts off 15-year-olds, sterilizing them for life with chemicals.
Now, remember, we looked at the numbers, cutting off the breasts of 15-year-olds. Understand, they've already had to modify their talking point on this. First, they were talking about cutting the breasts off of prepubescent girls. Prepubescent girls don't really have breasts to cut off. So then they started going into, well, these are minors. Are they 18 or 17 and a half or 15? So they're just modifying the exact figures to try to make it plausible. But this really isn't happening. And there are, of course, in a country of 331 million people, you can find examples of everything, and often for good reasons and different reasons that we may not even know because of medical privacy in particular cases. But he's expanding this into, oh, well, now this is celebrating the event, which was about affirming gay marriage, is about celebrating double mastectomies for gender-affirming reasons on 15-year-old girls, which basically doesn't happen.
That's what Boston Children's Hospital and many other hospitals have been doing. Puberty blockers. Have fun with osteoporosis when you're 30.
Okay, now that I don't know about. I don't know about any potential link between puberty blockers and osteoporosis. Not really the crux of this discussion, though.
So why would Joe Biden be promoting that, apart from the fact certain special interest groups want him to?
Okay, so there's another idea, which is part of the reason Biden is promoting this stuff, which he isn't and which barely ever happens, is that it's the money. There are moneyed interests that want the so-called mutilation of children. We're off the deep end now into conspiracy world.
Again, this was supposed to be about gay marriage.
And it was.
But here you have Joe Biden, president of the United States, purportedly pushing child sexual mutilation.
Now, we are very off the deep end from where we started here. And it's important to understand how these things happen. Outside of the media, right? So not Tucker, because this is a for-profit show, but outside of the media, just among the population, sometimes reality gets turned into a conspiracy theory, sort of accidentally. It can happen when people are trying to make sense of something that's complicated, or there are unfamiliar events. People don't have all the information, and they start filling in gaps, and they add interpretations, or they add assumptions, or they assume the worst and put that in there, and that can really distort your picture of what happened. Sandy Hook is a great example of that. You can often also get into conspiracyville when people are looking to explain events that are difficult to understand or that go against their beliefs or that point to a much more dangerous and unpredictable world than people would like to believe we have. So you fill it in with a conspiracy to say there wasn't randomness. It wasn't random. It was planned. That's not what Tucker is doing. Tucker is doing a show where he is deliberately taking something completely benign and uncontroversial, an event signing this affirmation of gay marriage bill, and turning it into a conspiracy theory, which is the type of thing his audience is already expecting to hear. Biden affirming gay marriage, there's got to be more to that. There must be evil lurking somewhere. And when you hear something like this, there are really simple steps you can take to evaluate it. And this may be our next white paper, quite frankly. Examine the evidence, look at the evidence that exists, and consider, is this evidence credible and reliable? Is it based in fact? Is it speculation? Is it hearsay? Start there. Are there alternative explanations that are not nefarious based on the credible evidence that we have? Look at the sources. Who's presenting the conspiracy theory? Do they have a motive to present a conspiracy theory rather than what is suggested by the facts that we actually know for sure? Check for confirmation bias. Is the person giving you the theory, or are you looking for evidence that supports a certain conclusion already and ignoring evidence that contradicts it? Confirmation bias, we've talked about that. Look for independent verification. Check to see, has the conspiracy theory been independently verified by others? Have other people or organizations looked at the evidence and come to the same conclusions, or are there other conclusions that folks have come to? And lastly, always think critically. Does it pass the sniff test? Does it make any sense? Is it logical and consistent with other things that I know about the world, aside from being supported by the evidence? That's the framework. And it might make for a great white paper. And by the way, more than 3,000 people have now downloaded the free guide to having political arguments with people. davidpakman.com/guide. It's genuinely free. It's a free guide. It's available. Download it at davidpakman.com/guide. Our sponsor, Real Paper, makes toilet paper 100% from bamboo, never from trees, meaning no deforestation. Sustainability and climate change can be a tricky topic for people of all ages. It can be particularly challenging to talk about with kids. And Real Paper recently launched the Little Lemurs box, a 24-pack of their bamboo toilet paper with a beautifully illustrated kids book that tells an exciting story of sustainability. The box is designed to spark creativity in kids, create an opportunity to talk about deforestation, plastic pollution in a way that's light and easy. And with the holidays here, the book makes a great gift for a little one on your list. Real Paper's Little Lemurs box and all of the other products are available in easy, hassle-free subscriptions or just simple one-time purchases on their website. All orders are conveniently delivered to your door with free shipping in, this is the best part, 100% recyclable, plastic-free packaging. Go to realpaper.com/lemur and sign up for a subscription using code PAKMAN at checkout to get 30% off your first order and free shipping. The link is down below.